Good evening, guys. This is Lost and Found. I want to get on here tonight and talk about suicide awareness. There was 2 times in my life I tried to commit suicide, and I know God intervened both times. The first time I was around 26 years old. I had my own apartment. I was working. I had my own car. I had plenty of money. There was no reason why I should have been not happy. I take that back. I was actually fighting for my son at this time, so that was messing with my head. But other than that, everything was going pretty smooth. And so, I started taking Xanax, and Xanax will mess with your head mentally. I did this for a few weeks, and then out of nowhere, I was just started getting really unhappy, really depressed. Like, everything I seen in a negative way. I would get too deep into stuff. Like, I was just losing it. I was falling off, and I wrote everybody a letter. I put them in a green folder. I tucked them under the carpet at my apartment. I called my friend, and I'm like, look, I'm going to get Xanax. This is it. I'm done. I'm not happy anymore. I told him about the green folder. I said I need everybody to get them letters, and I left. I took $100. I went to Lexington Market. I found somebody with some bars. I bought 10 yellow bars. Come to find out later on that they were fake. I got in my car. I started eating them. I started sniffing them, and then I started thinking like, oh, I'm driving. Now what? And I did this on purpose. I knew that if I thought about it too much, I'd talk myself out of it. So I just went with it. And as I was driving down the road, I started thinking like, I'm going to hurt somebody else. So I went to Arundel Mills Mall in Severn, Maryland. I walked around a little bit, and my cousin kept calling, and I kept declining it. My friend must have called him, and I wasn't really feeling anything. And then I realized they were fake. Now, had they been real, I would not be here speaking to you now. And I had no idea that I was buying fake Xanax. So I know that was God. The second time, I was locked up at Jennifer Road in Annapolis, Maryland. I was on probation for the armed robbery I caught when I was 18. And I was in and out of jail every 3 months. I was on VPI probation. It's something that they label you as violent. They put you on probation, and they make it extremely difficult and lock you up every 3 months with no bond. Anybody from Maryland can tell you about it. I was on that, kept getting locked up. I was on A1, and nobody told me going through withdrawals that you have a mental breakdown, that you feel everything, that everything's just raw. And I was laying in A1, tossing and turning, 23 hours locked down, 1 hour to be let out to use the phone. It's kind of like lock up. You're there until you're classified. Sometimes they let you out longer than that, depending on what's going on. And I was in that cell tossing and turning, and I just got tired of it. And I tied the sheet around my neck. I wrapped it around a couple times, and I knew prior, like, I've been choked out. I'm sure a lot of people have. You put a little pressure there, and then you go out. It's just like you're asleep. Thought, I wouldn't wake up. And I laid there tight as I could, and I wrapped it around multiple times so I wouldn't be able to get it undone if I passed out. And I thought I'll just fall asleep and never wake up. And it never happened. Years go by. I get out. And I'm talking to my brother one day about this scenario, and he actually comes out and tells me he did the same thing. So I just thought it was weird that my brother did the same thing at the same jail in the same place, and me and him had never even discussed this. And it didn't work for me, and it didn't work for him. That there tells me that I have a purpose here. There's no way God has saved me as many times as he has for me to do nothing or for me to just have a normal life. I learned from all of them experiences. You never go through mistakes for no reason. There's always a good reason why you're going through that. You're learning something. And I didn't learn all of that just to live a normal life. I believe I learned all that so I could pass it on to you guys, and I could help pull people out of that darkness that I was in. So I appreciate you guys listening. I appreciate you guys subscribing. Please subscribe. Please like. Please get this out there. I'm on all platforms. You can find me anywhere. Tomorrow, I have a meeting with a news outlet. I'm hoping that they can get this out there even further. So I couldn't do this without you guys. I appreciate everything. You guys have a good night.